Hi, everyone. On today's episode of Your PA Mentor, we're going to talk about the keys to a great cover letter and how to stand out from the rest of the pack. Let's dive in.
Welcome to your PA Mentor podcast. I'm Sammy Ngo, your host and fellow PA, and I'm here to help you navigate your way to a fulfilling PA career. At 26 years old, I landed my dream job as a brand new graduate right out of PA school without even realizing it, all because I had an incredible mentor who guided me through my first year as a clinician. My mentor completely changed my life and how I practice medicine. He didn't just teach me clinical medicine. He taught me how to love the art of medicine, how to develop work-life balance, how to avoid burnout, and most importantly, how to truly love and continue to love my profession. Because of him, I am the confident PA that I am today. And that is why I have made it my mission to help PA students and new grads navigate through the PA profession with advice, strategy, and tools to find your way to a fulfilling career as a PA. And with that said, my friends, it is now time to dive into today's episode. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Sammy.
Cover letter. Let's talk all about cover letters. If you haven't already listened to our previous podcast episode on resume, please listen to that episode first. So let's get started. We all know that it is very difficult to get a job in this tough COVID market, no matter how much experience you have. And it's even harder when you have no experience at all.
So doing whatever it takes to stand apart from the crowd is a tall order if you don't understand how to market yourself.
And I hear from so many new grads who feel like they're just another new grad and they have nothing to offer but enthusiasm and hard work. But remember, every single one of you has qualities and experiences that differentiate you from everybody else. And the best place to highlight those things for your future employer is in your cover letter.
Yeah, so your cover letter shouldn't be just a rewrite of your resume. It should highlight your unique qualities that will make you a great fit for the job and give them a preview of what to expect from you as an employee.
Yep, we all know that hiring managers spend less than 60 seconds on resumes and cover letters. So keep your cover letter short, 3 paragraphs max, and make sure to personalize it for each job you're applying to. It's fine to have a cover letter template, but if you highlight your EKG skills for an ortho job, come on, bro. They're going to know that you did not spend much time reviewing their mission statement or their website. And you obviously don't know what kind of candidate they're looking for because, come on, do orthopods even know what an EKG really is?
They do not. And they don't care about your EKG skills. Yeah. But, so to start off, keep things positive. If you're applying as a new grad, don't highlight the fact that you don't have any experience as a PA. I've seen it. I'm like,
all the time.
What? No. So instead, talk about how excited you are to start your PA career with that company because of their great reputation, or how you did a rotation there during clinicals and were impressed with their organization.
If you know the name of the contact person, address the letter to them. If you don't, say, "Dear hiring manager." If you happen to talk to someone at the company and discuss the position with them, make sure to point out their name in the very first line.
Right. So say something like, "I had the pleasure of discussing this position with Dr. Know-It-All, and I'm happy for the opportunity to apply." It's a great way to let them know that you already have a connection to their clinic.
And after that, the first line should always identify the reason why you want to work for the company. If you're not from the area, explain why you want to relocate. If it's for family reasons, tell them that your spouse was relocated or that you have loved ones in the area. Whatever the reason, say something so they realize that you have put a lot of thought into why you want to live there. And it's also important to give a specific time frame on how long you plan to stay in this area if you are relocating. Nobody wants to hire you if you tell them that you moved to San Francisco because your husband's going to be going to school here for 2 years. This means that you have an expiration date. They know that you're more than likely going to leave this town when your husband is graduating. So why would they bother investing all of this time to train you when you're going to leave in the very near future?
As someone who lives in the middle of fucking nowhere, I am always curious about the motivation a candidate has to move to this area. Because if they don't have some reason other than the job, what happens when they realize it's a social desert with a non-existing dating scene and the weather is garbage most of the time? They leave, and then we have to look for another replacement.
Correct. If you're planning to return to your hometown after graduation, tell them why you are returning home. Don't tell them that you want to live with your parents until you figure out the next steps of your life. Tell them your why. For me, I always always talk about Las Vegas in my cover letter, my resume, and most importantly, my interview, because I have this, this love-hate relationship with this town. It's hard to explain. I love Vegas. Vegas raised me, but I've always felt that I'm too good for this 2-star town.
You a bougie bitch, baby.
I am. I've always thought that I'm bad at bougie and I belong in San Francisco with all the other young and cool, successful
really
hipsters.
Do.
I think I'm that person, so.
You are.
I am. So I talk about it a lot in my cover letter. I talk about my internal struggles with this place. And despite all of it, I'm back and I'm here to stay because home means Nevada.
I feel the same way about Washington. I wish I could leave, but I feel like I'm probably here for life. Yeah. I'm an LWAP. That's what they call it in the prison biz. It's true.
So, I get it. Everybody wants to move to Las Vegas because, it's Sin City. We have a relatively low cost of living. We have a great social life and we have a very high competitive salary here in medicine. I saw on the 2020 APA salary report that Nevada was actually ranked 3 for the best place for PAs to work. Not in terms of job satisfaction, but in terms of salary. It's pretty shocking, right?
Yeah.
All of the big institutions here in Vegas recruit providers from all over the nation. And all these providers move here because we have a really high salary and we have a massive sign-on bonus. But here's a big but. They all leave after their contract expires in 2 years because they don't like the lifestyle. I get it. Vegas is a very transient city, but we just don't have that sense of community that most places have. And honestly, the summer heat here is pretty bad. It's like the worst thing in the entire world.
I would die a death. I can't take it when it gets above 80.
Me neither.
That's too hot.
I don't know why I'm here.
I would die. So if you're a local coming back, it's also okay to let them know how you're already connected to the community and ready to go. If you have some connection to the clinic through your time living in the community, even better. You could say, it's been an honor for me to participate in the last 3 fun runs your organization sponsored for the Boys and Girls Club. Or, my mom was born in your hospital 50 years ago.
Yes, and that is your hook right there. This is where you start to let your personality show, and this is how you differentiate from the rest of the candidates. So don't be afraid to be interesting. Tell them about your childhood.
Yes.
Tell them about the connection with this city or this hospital. When I interviewed for my job in Las Vegas, I told them that I purposely applied to this job because this clinic was a big part of my childhood. I've been to this clinic as a child translating for my mom when she had a work injury. I told them that I've seen how far this clinic has grown in the last 20 years and I want to be part of that growth because this is my town.
So one time we had a physician apply to a position at the prison because his boyfriend had been an inmate there.
Shut up. No, Erin, no. Please tell me he didn't put that in his cover letter.
No, but I wish he would have. It would have saved us a ton of time. We actually interviewed him but fortunately it was discovered before he was offered the position. So,
well, he really should have put that in the second paragraph. This is where you tell your future employer something about you that they cannot find on your resume. I always talk about that fact that I'm a first-generation American living in Las Vegas and I grew up here, and that's pretty much my hook.
Yeah. The second paragraph is also where you should pump yourself up and brag on what an amazing person you are. So I was able to participate in an international clinical rotation where we provided medical care to 300 refugee women and children. Or I won a scholarship to college for gymnastics and competed at the collegiate level before deciding to become a physician assistant.
Damn!
Give specific information. Well, I'm not talking about me here. I can't do a back bend, but whatever. But give them specific information about yourself that makes you memorable and sets you apart from everyone else. The trick is to make sure that you always steer it back to why you would be a good fit for that job in the third paragraph.
Yes, I'll bring the same hard work and tenacity to this position as I did running my first marathon. Or you can say being fluent in 3 different languages will make me a valuable asset to your team. Or I've traveled to over 35 countries. I know a lot about different cultures and how their diet and lifestyles affect their health.
And you could also mention how your personality traits and characteristics will make you a great fit. If you're applying for an ER position, let them know that you thrive in stressful situations and enjoy making quick decisions on your feet. If it's a pediatric clinic, tell them why you're drawn to caring for children.
Yes, you should also explain how you're quick on your feet. Give real-life examples. Tell a story. Don't just say something without having the qualifications to back it up.
So if you worked as an ER tech, that shows you're familiar with the ER and you know how to move fast. So you can say something like, my time as an ER tech taught me how to think quickly on my feet and respond to critical situations with a clear and focused mind. Don't be afraid to show personality and creativity. Then wrap it up with a quick, I look forward to hearing from you, and then put your contact information for quick reference.
The point of a cover letter is to increase their interest in you as a candidate. So make it interesting. My biggest pet peeve in a cover letter is when it's boring and generic. Don't say things like, I'm a great communicator or I have great interpersonal skills. That stuff tells me nothing about who you are as a person. And it sounds like you copied and pasted that from boring.com. Right, Erin?
It's true. It's
we
so
hear this
boring
all the time.
So boring. And it's literally the same as everybody else's. So
I read these like the first 3 sentences and then I fall asleep and then I'm like, I'm done. I don't even read the rest of it. Even if you have a great ending, I don't even read it because your first 3 sentences bored the shit out of me. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else, Erin? Is there anything else? What about rotation stuff? Should they include anything in their rotations, you think?
Only if it applies to the position that they're applying for.
Agreed. I completely agree with that. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this week. We will be back next week. This was a short episode.
It's short and sweet. So make sure to tune in next week and don't forget to subscribe and download your PA Metro podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And please leave a rating and a comment. We love hearing all of your feedback. Also, make sure to check out the new videos on your PA Mentors YouTube channel.
That is it for us today, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.
Bye.